Hello everyone, Connor from Project Heroes. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the Rise of Dreadnoughts. This is our British Empire series, where last we left off, I believe I had finished redesigning the fleet. We started refitting our heavy cruisers, and we actually only have 2 left that are doing their refits right now. We're still building. We got 9 months before our 4 Dracula class battleships are ready to go. And then do we have one station. We have the Colossus is stationed in the western Mediterranean. Okay, we do already have. Alright, we do have a battleship that's deployed there. Quote unquote, deployed. Building. And I think, yes, the Trojan class destroyer. We were building a line of those as well. Having come back to the series now, I kind of wish I kept around the Emperor of India class and just did the refit. Even though I thought it wasn't going to be really cost effective, to be entirely honest with you guys, just looking at the amount of money we were pulling in, regardless, I think I would have been fine in hindsight. Just from the size of our shipyards, alongside the amount of money that we're pulling in. 219 million. Almost 220 million. Yeah, I don't think I think in the long run it probably would not have mattered. I probably could have easily done the refit. But anyways, politics wise, what were we doing? I think we were trying, if I'm trying to sit here and remember exactly what we were doing, I think I was trying to anger the French. Which I already did some political stuff, so we will just continue where we last left off and try to go to war with France, and hopefully, before the end of the episode, we will be at war with France, or... Oh, was that Japan? Oh, I should have... Well... I've already messed it up, and we're not even that far into the video. Yeah, so hopefully by the end of the video, we're at war with France and making them suffer. Anyways, I'll be back with you guys when something interesting happens. Alright, here we are back. Some of our industrialists want to invest in the modernization of the Spanish shipyards. Our opinion? You know, more money sounds good. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so I actually waited an extra month to get get the specialized forging for our hulls, so our hulls weigh less and our construction time is less, and we have a smaller chance of flaws in the ship. So, that is good. The German Empire are provoking us. Yep, usual German stuff. People are moving around in the house. Alright, increased tensions with France. And now let's pop on over here. There is all sorts of noises going on around. What is that? It's like a vacuum or something out there. Anyway. Here's the armored cruiser hull. I think that's also something that we might look at, is making a new armored cruiser class, because we have the Hampshire, but we didn't actually design a new armored cruiser class. But anyways, let's start with our light cruiser. We can worry about armored cruisers later. Oh, that's interesting. Has a raised foredeck. Anyways, so, best front tower we can slap on. 7,000 tons, that is A-okay. Rear tower, the best one we can put, so rear tower 5. Ideally, the ship goes 21 knots. Let's aim for 22, because we got the new multiple steam expansion 2. And then hydraulic steering gear, because the better turning, the better. Oh, that made lots of sense what I just said there, but anyway. The better the turning circle, the less likely I am to strike a torpedo. And let's see here. The thing that I never really paid attention to is that the higher your engine efficiency is, the larger your range will be. So we are actually going to stick with the excessive amount of engine efficiency. We might tone that back down if the ship becomes too heavy, but we'll see. We'll stick on our best protection that we can put on this thing. Coincidence rangefinder, advanced radio, and let's put mine layer 3 on it. Not sure that I'll keep it, but we'll leave it for now. On top of that, for main guns, do I want 6-inch? I might want 7-inch, to be entirely honest. Do I have barbettes for this? No. Let's start with a 7-inch main gun. 3-inch secondaries for the casemates. Excuse me, for the casemates anyway. And I think for casemates, you know, ideally we just load up on those. I have every intent on this being a raider, not so much a raider / something that can absolutely decimate torpedo boats. Let's make sure our barbettes are on barbette 2. That's an interesting 2-inch gun. They're Mark IIIs. That is one big turret. Oh my. That's actually honestly too big for what we're doing. Some parts are badly placed. Okay. I guess I'll place these 3-inch guns here manually. That is fine. Put more 3-inch guns there. And there we go. Yeah, I love using 3-inch guns because they don't fire as fast as the 2-inch guns, but, you know, they still fire fast enough. A 3-inch gun is 76 millimeters, so I am familiar with how they perform. 2-inch guns, you're essentially firing something like a 40 mil. And at that point, against a ship, you know, what are you gonna do? What else am I forgetting? Increased HE for our primary and secondary. We want, yeah, we'll stick with nose fuse, because like I said, I intend on this being meant for, things like, transports and light ships. So we'll also use semi-armor piercing for our AP shells. Now we only have acid 1 and acid 2. I guess we will go with the acid 2, although it's a little heavier, costs a lot more, but I think it's also less likely to blow up on us. And it also has a slightly more shell penetration, which is fine. Standard reloading, no, I want enhanced, and we want electrical. Turret traverse. And I think we'll go with ballistite. It's not like we're firing at long range, so accuracy is, you know, not as big of a thing for us. As for our armor, first of all, I do not need 10 inches of turret armor on the 7-inch guns. We'll go with a 1-inch main deck and 0.5 extended. As for our inner belt, we'll go with a 1-inch. Nothing too serious, and a 0.5 inner deck. 1 inch on the funnel. Stop it. 1 inch on the casemates, and I am aware we are going overweight. But we will stick with 4.5 on the side armor for the casemates. Cameron's up and about doing stuff. Let's see here. I don't want anything in the superstructure or the conning tower. That is something that I constantly repeat doing because in real life, people would much rather have the shell just pass through the important area, because you're not going to have enough armor to stop it. So I'd rather have an AP shell pass right through. Besides, they're probably going to be, pelting us anyway. Alright, as for what did I say? Engine efficiency, yeah, okay, we're gonna tone this back down a bit. That was not nearly enough. Let's get our offset fixed here. Further. Alright, further back. Okay, 0.8 is about as good as we're gonna get right now. We might be able to fix that a bit more if I just move you back a little. And let's see here. What can we get rid of? Honestly, we might just go down to advanced hydraulic turrets. And that saves us enough weight, and we might be able to... No, I don't think we'll be able to put torpedo tubes. Well, let's fit the torpedo tubes. We'll just do them on the sides of the ship. We'll lower the amount of mines we're carrying. Okay, if I can actually click the thing instead of the... There we go. Alright. We can't get rid of enough mines for that to really matter too much. Alright, is there something else we can get rid of? I'd like 18-inch torpedoes. Apart from going down to 21 knots. Let's go down to 21 knots. That puts us definitely where we need to be. So slightly slower ship, which is fine. And we can carry a lot more. Alright. No, I'm actually fine with that, I think. And in fact, we can even... My screen has gone black because, my computer loves me. Thank you. I don't know why my computer does that. It likes the black screen on me. Like, my monitor does that for some reason. I think it might be a loose cable or something. You know what? Let's, if that's the case, let us just go back to the original layout we had for the funnels. And I did not do anything with our fore and aft belt. Ideally, I'd have a little bit there, but if I do a 4.5-inch belt with a 1-inch fore and a 2-inch aft, the 2-inch aft is mostly just to offset the weight, so we have more weight in the rear of the ship to offset the fact that, we have a lot of weight in the front. And then... I think after that we'll round this up. Can I? Yeah, 5-inch belt, barbette. I mean, actually, can we go 6-inch? No, that 5 inches is the max. All right. I think that will do it for this. This isn't the best cruiser I think I've made, but it should be fine enough. And extend the 3-inch guns a little. Yeah, alright. I think this will do for this. The Persian class? No. Let us call this the Raider class cruiser. There we go. New light cruiser. We also have the Dauntless here. You are one long and ugly thing. I can't remember if I made a comment about this thing in the last episode. About all I can think is, by God, the amount of guns this thing has. Do I want to refit you? Probably not. Let's see here. What do we have for heavy cruiser hulls? We have Armor Cruiser 5, which is a more modern cruiser hull. Do we have access to barbettes on this? No, we don't. I think we will build a new heavy cruiser as well. God, this thing's going to be about as large as an actual battleship. Alright, maybe not. The semi-dreadnought hull's pretty massive. I started playing a Austro-Hungarian campaign again. And I was using... it essentially forced me to start using a lot of cruiser hulls. Because the Austro-Hungarians don't get much in the way of battleship hulls early game. That being said, give me a moment here because I'm also trying to I'm trying to figure out a way I can have multiple guns on this foredeck. But I don't know that I will be able to fit all the funnels that I want to fit. Put that there, I guess. Compact funnel 2. Nope, you don't fit. Compact funnel 1. It just looks like it's an extension to that. It looks a little awkward, but alright, that is fine. I will have this also go 21 knots, just to start out with. But anyways, yeah, so I was building the heavy cruisers for that campaign, and realized really quickly that my battleships are only 13,500 tons because that's the largest the hull that it gave me will go. My heavy cruisers are starting to push 11,000 tons. And I was just sitting there like, my God, pretty soon my heavy cruisers are going to be equivalent of battleships in this campaign. Like, what is this game doing for me? We'll go with a 2-inch main deck and 1-inch extended. Because I know at this stage in the game is when we start seeing battleships with guns capable of going through a lot of deck armor. Or just ships in general capable of going through a lot of deck armor. Let's see here. What do we have for main guns? Let's go with 10-inch. 10-inch guns on a heavy cruiser. Sounds good to me. Of course, that gives us a lot of aft weight. Which is why I wish I had access to barbettes so I can raise this and put a second gun on the front, and that would actually help offset it a bit. But actually, something we can do is take a dual-mounted 6-inch and place it right there. Because this is the age of Dreadnoughts. So I would be more okay with doing things like that. Yeah, that works. And I guess, theoretically, I can put another one right here. No, I can't. Alright. Well, I can. I just have to rotate it. I'm not going to do that. I'll probably fill up the rest of this with 3-inch casemates, or at least attempt to. You said we'd be firing through that turret. Yeah, we're not putting one there, because that makes no sense. I do try to keep my ships believable. As for secondaries, I have dual Mark III 2-inch guns. That's interesting. I can even fit one there. Yeah, no, that's not staying like that. That looks hideous. So does that. That honestly looks worse. I'd rather put them there. That looks way bigger than a 2-inch gun. I'm sorry. That looks the size of a 6-inch. I think If the devs are watching this, they need to fix their scaling on these. That is massive. I mean, there's our 6-inch gun. Here's our 2-inch gun. They're... that honestly is way bigger than what it should be. Anyway, that aside, though. Suppose it's not the most important thing. Let us actually finish our armor layout. Let's go with a, well, I guess we maxed it out at a 9-inch conning tower. Let's go with the 2-inch super. I want a 4-inch inner. Nope, that isn't going to happen. Maybe, I don't know. Our turrets are extra thick. Let's move that down to 10-inch. The 1-inch tops on our turrets because I do not want to get my ammo racked. 2-inch side, let's just round out these numbers a bit. I do not need an 11-inch barbette on that. Unless 3.5 works. Okay. Now let's go from there. I think I'd rather have a 1-inch inner deck with a 3-inch belt. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, I haven't even done that yet. Alright, well, let's go with Acid 2 and... let's go with White Powder. Enhanced Reloading. Standard ratio, increased HE. What do we have for armor pen on these? 10-inch. Well, it'd F up anything smaller than it. Let's go with standard on the AP. And then we'll use base fuse for our HE. Just in case. As for the turret, I'm still not entirely sure. That's not what I did. Let's... We also still have a ridiculous amount of aft weight. What if we just lower our engine efficiency a bit? Move that back. And you know what? Better yet, let's just go down to 20 knots. 20 knot max speed. Not bad. That gives us extra range as well to work with, which is fine. Not my biggest concern, mind you, but, you know, it works. And that gives us room to have the armor profile that we want, as opposed to just kind of half-assing it. And in fact, I could probably raise this up to offset our weight a bit better. Move the 4 to 6 inch about 5.6. Well, 5.6 gets rid of it immediately and puts us underweight. I think that works. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. I don't want torpedoes. I never put torpedoes on a heavy cruiser because I never want my heavy cruisers to get that close to the enemy. We have electrical turrets, which it works. 6-inch main battery of 2 twin 10-inch guns and 4 6-inch twin guns, which works. And I think we're good to go. The Royal Arthur class, I don't mind that name. Let's keep that. And as for the Hampshire, we can actually step out of the ship designer and delete that. Or at least the base design, because I'm not building any more of them. Alright, here we are. Let us get rid of this, because we are in refit mode for those, nothing else. And then the Royal Arthur, we can build... yeah, we can build some of them. Alright, let's do an initial run of... alright, we'll do 2 of the Arthurs, and then... the... Raiders... I'm gonna get rid of the Dauntless, because I don't see any need to actually refit those. What did I just do? I click New Design. I'm having a change of heart. What if we just go for Germany first? Now, push through Western Germany, invade Western Germany, push into southern Germany, and then cross the border into northern France when we finally get there, because this is taking too long. So let's just go to war with Germany and get it over with. They're already rattling the saber at us. See, here's the thing. We still get to the northern France part of the plan. It's just this is the quicker way around. Two birds, one stone method, I suppose. So, hopefully we will still be at war by the end of this video. It's just not going to be the war that I initially expected. Also, the Austro-Hungarians are invading Serbia. Hey, German Empire has set us an ultimatum demanding to withdraw our fleet. Yeah, no. It is an absolute disgrace. We should never accept this. Wag! There we go. Now we're at war. We got bigger destroyers now and APBC shells. Oh lord, we are at war. Isn't that something? Alright, let us also increase tensions with France while I'm thinking about it. On top of that, what do we got? We are working on another new light cruiser. Wow, makes me feel sorry about the fact that I already designed a new one. We're about to get Krupp 3, which is fine. We'll probably wait for that before we design new cruisers. Because that gave us Armored Cruiser 5 and Semi-Armored Cruiser 3. I think Armored Cruiser 5 is a heavy cruiser hull. So, yeah, great. And, yeah. We're also working 5 months away from getting twin torpedo tubes as well. For the deck-mounted torpedoes, that is. So, yeah, things are going great. But we are probably between designing 2 ships and... yeah, well, between designing 2 ships and then whatever the hell else, waiting for Germany to declare war on Germany. Let us see here. We can probably, let us quickly go around the map, actually, and make sure we can deploy our fleet to the North Sea in an attempt to, Germany is mining their, no, they're not. They're not mining their ports. I saw the yellow outline. Or the red outline. Don't worry, guys. I know what I'm doing. We'll put you up there. Yeah, let us get all of these ships we can muster into this area. That way we can, naval invade first sling. Of course, I also want to make sure that I have all the escorts I can get. Make our fleets bulkier and all that fun stuff. But while I'm doing this, guys, I am going to wrap up the video here, so I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's any strategies we should employ. Because when we go to naval invade, one of the reasons why I decided to build a lot more battleships is when we naval invade a major power. If we get around to that, when we naval invade the mainland of a major power, we need more firepower. And honestly, I'm just getting the fleet out now just to see how much tonnage we're actually going to need to invade Western Germany. Because it will tell you ahead of time before you actually click the invade button how much tonnage it wants you to have in the area. And usually it's anywhere from 100,000 to 200,000 to actually have a chance of taking beginning the 100,000 to begin the mission to naval invade, it's going to take a lot more to actually naval invade. Whereas if it was like a colonial province in Africa, it wouldn't take as much. We still need the 100,000 tons to naval invade to start the mission, but it wouldn't take as much to actually invade. Which makes sense and is fine. So I'm just trying to muster as much as we can. But anyways, now that I went on that side tangent, on top of leaving a like and a comment for us, be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of our future content. We try to post as often as we can. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but we do. Ideally, we'd be doing daily uploads, but like I said, that doesn't always happen. But anyways, guys, once again, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.